Richardson Hitchens, I think, is one of the best in the world, if not the best 140.
The homecoming. This is what I've always dreamed of.
Man, I'm a warrior. I fought the best of the best. And you say Hitchens is your best guy? Well, let him fight toe to toe with me.
The tape, the measurables in favor of Richardson.
And there's no turning back. Now,
protect yourselves at all times. Touch gloves now, man. We're boxing at the bell. God bless you both.
Well, 4 years ago, George Kambosos' more improbable performance.
Well, the IBF super lightweight title on the line. Richardson Hitchens, the champion, the challenger, the former lightweight champion, George Kambosos Jr., who steps up to the chalkboard, so to speak, to try and solve this equation. And Sergio, in Puerto Rico against Liam Paro, it looked like an incredibly difficult one to solve.
It was, but Paro was a southpaw, so that right hand of Hitchens kept him on the outside. With Kambosos, he has quicker feet than Paro, and he has a herky-jerky style. If he can land something over the top from that orthodox stance, and he can
talk the art of war, the deception. It's kind of what Kambosos does in the ring. He's a front-footed counterpuncher who's looking to pester you into making the wrong decisions.
Yeah, and part of the art of war is deception, you know.
And think these wins out, even that one to a certain degree, as Richardson Hitchens comes behind that long right hand and now back on the snappy jab.
A laser jab by Hitchens, man. It's such a beautiful jab, just popping it twice. That jab is how he's going to win this fight. I see, jabbing upstairs, jabbing downstairs, touching the gut.
Yeah, the fact that Kambosos can jab to the body and stay in range, that is a good sign for Kambosos.
And there it is again, and not only that, but landing that right hook to the side of the belly.
Problem is, those are the hazards, that sweeping left hook and that piston jab of Hitchens that is available for him at any time.
You know, one thing Hitchens been focusing on during this body work, they watched that fight between Kambosos and Vasily Lomachenko. Lomachenko just went hard to the body of Kambosos, got the stoppage with body damage all on its own. In addition to just controlling the range, there's a nice jab from Kambosos. And we've been likening this experience to what Kambosos had with Teofimo. So far, Hitchens has not been getting out of his comfort zone. He stayed behind the hand, fighting very disciplined early in this fight.
That's what Kambosos is going to have to do. He's going to have to counter the body right now. When it comes to Hitchens, he's too sharp to hit solid upstairs. So with both hands to the body.
Kambosos is having thoughts about that. What we are seeing is Hitchens able to counter those body shots like that with chopping shots over the top.
Yeah, at this range, it's going to be all Hitchens. He's taking advantage of the height and reach. Kambosos is going to have to move the upper body and just concentrate on the gut, on the body. Touch anything.
Yeah.
That's Kambosos.
The right eye.
That's what Kambosos needs to do, guys, right there. That right hook to the body.
Yeah, but Corey, to your point there, under that right eye of Kambosos, a little bit of a mouse or a cut starting to form.
A little bit of both at this moment. Final 10 seconds here of round 10. Or excuse me, round 2. Not that far in the fight.
Fast forward.
Good left hook there from Hitchens. And that'll do it for the round.
George Kambosos for this fight. They trained up in Canada for this fight. Anton Kadushin was not granted a visa to come to the United States, so he is not in the corner of George Kambosos. His father, of course, is there, been with them his entire career.
Outlanding Kambosos 26-9. See Kambosos, at least statistically, trying to jab with Hitchens when he can, but the accuracy and the heft of those jabs of Hitchens has been very apparent. You can see it on the face of Kambosos already.
And Hitchens is one of the best jabbers in any weight class. Long, accurate, sharp. Trying to win a jab fight with Hitchens is not going to work because stuff like this is going to happen.
Sharp right hand and another as Kambosos tries to leap in with the left hook. That caught the shoulder of Hitchens on his way in.
You see Kambosos already getting frustrated with those sharp, accurate punches of Hitchens. And it's nothing out of the ordinary by Hitchens. It's a 1 and a 2. You know, he's not throwing combinations. He's just controlling them with that range, that height, that reach.
The problems with the jabs are not new for George Kambosos. Devin Haney took 2 wins off of Kambosos. Largely
both hands catch him downstairs.
And back comes Hitchens with 3 straight jabs. See Kambosos trying to get to his body once again. Final 20 seconds here of round 3. Hitchens just with that force field of straight shots, continuing to aim at the face of George Kambosos. That'll do it for round 3.
This is as sharp as it gets, guys. Look at beautiful 1-2, and this is what he's been doing. He's just surgical with that jab. That range is there, and then he bounces back, stays out of, get opponents off guard, and pounce on them. Hitchens is not giving them that.
Round 4 now underway. As surgical as Richardson Hitchens can be, what he can't remove is the resolve of George Kambosos, but that's also what's keeping him right in front of Hitchens and giving him that target. Trying to come back with that up jab and a right hand to the body. Hitchens rolling with that shot to the body, catching a bit of it on the elbow and back with a right hand.
Now Hitchens has no respect for Kambosos now. Now he's not even jumping back or trying to counter. He's barely making a miss with that shoulder roll, coming back with that right hand, landing accurately with that right hand.
We talked about the offense.
Just what this is a sweet science right here. Everything off that jab, right hand.
Double right hand there from Hitchens. Wow. We're inside the final 15 seconds of round 4. A brilliant performance thus far from Hitchens.
Good body shot from Hitchens right there in the exchange.
Yep, I caught that. Man, this is an artist at work, man. I love watching Richardson Hitchens when he's this sharp, this confident, this strong. They're giving the right instructions to Kambosos, but it's the upper body movement that's failing him. And you cannot be throwing shots like that, left hooks like that. You just got to focus on the body and upper body movement like they told him in the corner.
Back to action here, and you heard the instructions in the corner of Kambosos. They want him to really become the aggressor here. Of course, that may put him in even more peril, but to his corner's point, what he was doing before from Hitchens, and that really illustrates the problem here for Kambosos, Sergio. The one thing that is working for Kambosos is countering to the body, or at least getting to the body of Hitchens. But if we're talking about ratios and the price that you pay to land to what you're landing, at this rate, don't recover. Final 30 seconds of round 5.
And the guts on Kambosos still swinging away, but Hitchens really calm. He wants to get another good shot. It's only going to take another body shot for Kambosos to go down again.
Kambosos trying to breathe through the pain of that body shot.
Not going to take much for him to go down again. Those body shots linger in pain.
From Teofimo Lopez.
Man,
coming for your job, Sergio.
Man, looking sharp too, man. Charisma. He has charisma to spare.
Round 6 underway. We'll see if Kambosos can recover from what was a titanic struggle in the last minute 20 or so of that round. As he tries to go downstairs to the body of Richardson Hitchens, it was Kambosos who was hurt badly to the body and may still be from round 5.
Oh, he still is. You don't recover in 60 seconds.
Frame guard. He's not even worrying about standing on the outside. That was a nice right hand from Kambosos before he slipped. But it's Hitchens who's giving him these opportunities right now because he thinks that a knockout could be just around the corner.
Hitchens is just so relaxed, and he has no respect for Kambosos right now. He predicted a stoppage, and you know, if he keeps on touching and peppering him, I could see a stoppage, especially if he keeps going downstairs.
Well, I just saw Kambosos wince just off that jab to the body as well. There's another one from Hitchens as we take a look at Chris Mannix's scorecard.
Don't push him, George.
Oh, 50-45. An easy night of scoring for Chris Mannix. As Hitchens still in full control here in round 6, just backing Kambosos up now.
Yeah, pretty easy fight to score as I get my mic back up and running. All Richardson Hitchens operating behind the jab. Good round so far, I think, for George Kambosos. Starting to try to dig deep here, probably knowing how far he's behind, but so far, all Richardson Hitchens.
A little bit of blood coming from the mouth of Hitchens now. Voluntarily made this a higher contact fight, looking for uppercuts like that. What a right hand immediately behind it.
Both fighters looking for uppercuts right there. And Kambosos talking to Hitchens now, getting his confidence back. You can see that the pain from the liver is not there anymore, so he's moving forward. Kambosos, man, what guts to spare.
Inside the final 30 seconds here of round 6.
Kambosos just try to loop that shot. There you go, over the top of the jab. Hitchens getting a little bit overconfident, just walking down Kambosos. No respect. This is an opportunity for Kambosos to go over the top.
Maybe a mild confidence boost here for George Kambosos. And that will do it for round 6.
Beautiful shot. There you go. Right on the breadbasket. You could see Kambosos was hurting right there. Opened up that straight right hand, but it was that body shot that put him down. Just clean shots. And this is what I'm talking about. A fighter much rather get hit with 3 or 4 shots upstairs. That one good one right in the solar plexus.
And imagine, Sergio, when you see an opponent grimace like that, that's blood in the water.
Beat down by Richardson Hitchens.
Round 7 begins. And considering the condition that Kambosos was in at the end of round 5, graded on that curve, that was a pretty good round for Kambosos in round 6.
I thought he had good flashes in the first round as well. He had flashes in the first and the last round, but it's been all domination by Hitchens with that jab. Just pot shotting, lining him up with that right hand, and of course those body shots.
Hitchens now back to...
And that's what Hitchens needs to do. Just go back to the stick. Popping him with that stick, busting up that eye, blooding up Kambosos.
Big right hand there from Hitchens.
I thought Hitchens got away from that a little bit in the 6th round. Tried to engage a little bit too much with Kambosos. Created those opportunities for Kambosos to have pockets of success. When you're Hitchens like this, keeping it at the mid-range, operating off the jab, you are as close to unbeatable in this fight as you possibly can be.
I like that delayed right hand by Hitchens. He pops that jab and then kind of slows, tricky thing to time if you're Kambosos. If you're a fighter at the end of that right hand, when you change the volume, change the speed.
Hitchens back to that formula that he feels is unbeatable, unsolvable.
The close. That's the pop, the gut of that pain that he had earlier. There you go. That was a nice body shot by Hitchens.
Nice left hook as well. Second one caught by the gloves of Kambosos. Kambosos looking for that big right hand over the top.
No steam in the punches of Kambosos.
Richardson Hitchens just battering Kambosos with the basics here tonight. One more right hand as we hear the bell.
It is almost always chaos in that corner. I remember the fight a few fights ago where one of his guys was on the phone with Shakur Stevenson.
Yeah, that's right.
Giving Hitchens instructions from Shakur Stevenson. There's always a lot of voices going back and forth in the corner of Hitchens. Fortunately for him, whenever chaos is going on in the corner, he is just as disciplined in the ring.
Huge left hook there from Hitchens, who just cranked that up, and it landed flush.
And Hitchens smells blood, man.
He's throwing jabs and straight right hands. That doesn't mean he can't get stoppages that way.
Look at the jabs through 7 rounds. 104 to 32 for Hitchens as he goes downstairs to the body of Kambosos once again.
Just busting him up. Every time he throws that jab, he lands it. And right with that jab, he's looking like Ike Cortez right now, Richardson Hitchens, man. It's just a long, strong shotgun jab setting up that right hand.
Hitchens just now pointed to the corner of Kambosos and yelled at him to stop the fight.
Yeah, prior to that, he had his palms to the sky asking Kambosos, do you want to keep doing this? Shot straying low there from Hitchens as we're inside the final minute of round 8.
Now shades of Vasily Lomachenko against Richard Comey a couple of years ago right here in Madison Square Garden, where Lomachenko was putting
body shot from Hitchens. And that may be home run.
The pain from the body lingers. It's not going to go away. This fight's over.
Richardson Hitchens, the pride of Brooklyn, shines at Madison Square Garden.
Brooklyn, stand up. He wanted the knockout. He went for the knockout.
Since he was a young boy. However he visualized it, Sergio.
The pain from the last body shot was still lingering around. Kambosos had fun with that liver shot. Everything off that jab. It was target practice by Richardson Hitchens. Not even breathing heavy, confident telling and yelling at the corner.